This is Dr. Dandy. I have a video YouTube channel where I have uploaded a lot of YouTube videos on how to solve math problems. I frequently go live on my channel and I discuss math problems, math topics. Please take a look at my channel, and if you like my videos, please give me thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the uh, subscribe button. Okay, just want to make sure everything is good. Okay, so today we are going to work on a probability distribution problem. Specifically, we are working on a discrete probability distribution. Now I just want to remind you what is discrete probability distribution. Here the random variable whose probabilities are listed or probabilities can be calculated, whatever random variable we are studying, they jump discretely. That is, we can count or list the number of the random variables and they jump discretely. If they start from 0, the next number is 1, the next number is 2. This is the value of the random variable. We cannot have decimal values for discrete random variable. So just making sure. Okay. So the problem says 7 out of 10 auto accidents include a single vehicle. Suppose 15 auto accidents are randomly selected. What is the probability that exactly 4 accidents involve a single vehicle? So we have to first understand that 7 out of 10 auto accidents involve a single vehicle, and we are looking for probability of a single vehicle. So probability of success in this situation, which is also given as P, is 7 out of 10 or 0.7. Here S, the success, this is probability of S. S success is the situation where success is to include a single vehicle in an auto accident. A single vehicle in an auto accident. So this is your success. And if it is more than one vehicle, then it is failure, auto accident. That is the way this problem is defined. So involving one vehicle in an auto accident is success in this case. Okay, let me make sure that everything looks good. I have to make sure everything looks good. So I have to tighten this a little bit. Okay, so my probability of success is 0.7. Okay, my sample size or number of trials, N, is number of trials is 15 vehicles, 15 accidents are selected randomly, is 15 number of accidents, 15. Okay, this is binomial because success is to include one single vehicle in an auto accident. So failure is the opposite. F is the failure, is to include more than one vehicle in an auto accident. To include more than one vehicle. More than one vehicle. One vehicle in an auto accident. So because there are only 2 outcomes possible, so 2 outcomes, success and failure, this is binomial. and failure. This is leads to a binomial probability distribution. Bi means two outcomes, possible success and failure, binomial probability. Probability. So, ability. So this is a binomial probability situation. And we want to find out what is the probability exactly for. So we want to find out a probability of 4. For that, there is a formula, but we are going to use our calculator. And this is the binomial PDF. So this is binomial PDF. Okay, binomial PDF function in the calculator, which is obtained by pressing the second button, then the verse button, which is in the third row, and then we scroll down to binomial PDF when we want to find exactly 4. Okay, binomial PDF, and the order is N, P, and X. In our case, it will be binomial PDF. My N is total number of trials is 15, probability of success is 0.7, and I want to find out exactly 4. Okay, what is the probability? Exactly 4 accidents. Okay, 4 accidents. Exactly 4 accidents. Exactly 4 accidents. Okay, that is important. Exactly 4. Okay, exactly 4 accidents. So let's go to binomial PDF by pressing the second key on the top left of the calculator, TI-84. Then the verse key, which is in the third row. Second verse, as I said. Then I scroll down with the down arrow key to binomial PDF. Binomial PDF and hit enter. It asks me for number of trials, which is N, which is 15. Probability of success is 0.7, and we want to find out exactly 4. Okay, exactly 4 out of 15 accidents involve one single vehicle. So 4, and we go down to PEST and hit enter and enter. And the answer is a very small number. Okay, so this answer is 5.8. E, do not forget, first of all, probability cannot be greater than 1. So 5.E is not possible. So we must look at E minus 4 at the end. So what does it mean? It means 0.000, because E exponent minus 4, the 5 is at the 4th place after the decimal. So this is your answer for exactly 4. Very small probability. Okay, very small probability. Very small probability. Almost not going to happen. Okay. Now it says, what is the probability that at most 4? This is exactly 4. At most 4 means maximum is 4. So part B is at most 4 means X is less equal to 4. That means we are talking about P0. 0 is a possibility, plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4. And that is equal to, we will use the same second verse. We will use the same second verse. Second verse key. So we'll press the second, and then the verse. Verse is in the third row. then we are going to scroll down. Now in this case, because we are adding from 0 to 4, it is a cumulative thing. From cumulative means to collect and add. So we are collecting 0, probability of 0, probability of 1, probability of 2, probability of 3, and probability of 4, collecting them and adding them together. So this function, this time we are not going to use binom PDF, we will use binom CDF, same second verse, and then we will scroll down to binom CDF. It will ask for number of trials, which remains the same. Probability of success is 0.7, and we want to add from 0 to 4. The last x value is 4, last value of the random variable. So we will type for x. Only thing difference is C. C involves starting from 0, adding up to 4. So we scroll down to binom CDF, not PDF this time, and hit enter. Number of trials is 15, probability of success is 0.7, and we are adding from 0 to 4. So x value is 4. We go down to paste, hit enter, and enter. We did something wrong. So second button, verse button, scroll down to binom CDF. Okay, and we will, number of trials is 15. This is your n. This is your probability of success, and this is your x. Okay, and C is used because we are adding from 0. And go down to paste. When you are on paste, hit enter twice, and the answer is very small also. So this is 6.7 e minus 4. Like before, after the decimal there will be 3 zeros, and the 6 will be at the 4th position. This is also very small. Okay. So this is x less equal to 4, at most 4. Okay, at most 4. So let me change that a little bit. Okay. At most 4 we did. Let me fix this a little bit. Okay, give me a minute, I'll make it visible better. Okay, so we did at most 4. Next they're saying at least 4. At least 4 means the lowest value is 4. So we start from 4 and go any number above 4 up to 15. So there's a difference between at least and at most. At most means maximum is 4. At least 4 means the lowest value is 4, and any number in the distribution above it. So in part C, at least 5 actually. So P x greater equal to, this is at least, this is at most, less equal to, and this is at least. We have to remember the symbol, because at least 5 means the lowest is 5 and anything above it. So basically we are starting from probability of 5, then add probability of 6, then add probability of 7, all the way up to dash 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 probability of 15. Because why we stop at 15? Our number of trials is 15. That's why we stop at 15. So we have to find all of these probabilities and add them up. The other alternative is to think of the alternative, of the complement. The complement of at least 5, that means starting from 5 up to 15. The opposite of it is what we are not including, 0 to 4. Okay, so the complement event of at least 5 opposite is 0 to 4 is x equal to 0 to 4. Okay, notice 0 is involved up to 4, that means we can use a CDF function there. And we will use the probability rule of complement event, which is probability of A is equal to 1 minus probability of complement of A. So in this case, A could be thought of as at least 5 and above, and the complement of A is at most 4. Okay, that means from 0 to 4. So probability of x greater equal to 5 is 1 minus probability of x less equal to 4. Now less equal to 4 we have already found out is, so it is 1 minus previous one we found out less equal to 4 is 0.00067. Okay, so let's do the subtraction. Everybody understand what I am doing? Instead of finding all the way from 5 to 15, that is finding each of these individually, 5, 6, 7. Instead of doing that, what I am doing is I am considering the complement event, which is 0 to 4. So from the complement rule of probability, law of probability of A is equal to 1 minus probability of the complement event. So if I consider A as from 5 to 15, then the complement is 0 to 4. So 0 to 4 I already found out the probability in part B. So from 1 we subtract that. So 1 minus this 0.00067, and the answer is 0.9993. Okay, so that is at least 5. That means 5 and above. Okay, 5 and above. Okay. So we use the complement law of probability. And part D, they say what is the expected value. Now expected value of the probability, this binomial probability is same as the mean, is n multiplied by p, which is my n is 15 and my probability of success is 0.7, which is 10.5. That is my expected value. So what does it mean? If I select 15 auto accidents at random, at least 10.5, or in reality 11 of them will include one single vehicle. Okay. Part E, it asks for variance. The formula for variance is this: sigma square is variance is n times p times 1 minus p. So in my case it will, n is 15 because 15 auto accidents were selected at random. Probability of success is 0.7, left parenthesis 1 minus 0.7, right parenthesis and enter. Okay, so 15 times 0.7, then left parenthesis 1 minus 0.7, right parenthesis and enter. And the answer is 3.15. That is your variance of this distribution. Okay. So I will summarize everything. I will go over them one more time. Okay. So first is asked what is 7. So let me read the problem. 7 out of 10 auto accidents include a single vehicle. Suppose 15 auto accidents are randomly selected. So number of trials is 15. Probability of success, that means auto accidents in which one single vehicle is involved, is 7 out of 10. So probability of success is 0.7. Okay. Success here means auto accidents which involve one vehicle only. Okay. First question it asks, what is the probability that exactly 4 accidents involve a single vehicle? 4 out of 15. Point is, this is a binomial distribution. What is a binomial? Where there are two possibilities or two outcomes. Either it's a success or a failure. Here the success is to find auto accidents which involve only one single vehicle. That is your success, one single vehicle. Auto accidents involving one single vehicle. So what is your failure? Auto accidents that include more than one single vehicle. Okay. So we know the number of trials, 15 accidents are selected at random. Probability of success, that is probability of finding auto accidents in which one single vehicle is involved, is 0.7, 7 out of 10. Okay. And we will find probability of 4. Binomial distribution, why? Bi means two outcomes. Bi is two. Two outcomes, success and failure. Success here, find accidents which involve one single vehicle. Failure is find accidents which involve more than one vehicle. Probability of success is 0.4. So exactly 4 is exactly 4, P of 4. We use the calculator, second words, okay, and we scroll down. Second is in the top left of TI-84, verse is in the third key. Once you press second verse, then scroll down with the down arrow key till you come to binomial PDF, and they ask for number of trials, which is 15. Probability of success is 0.7, and X, number of trials, is 4. Okay, X is, sorry, not number of trials, number of success. X is the number of success, is 4. Again, 15 is the number of trial, 0.7 is the probability of success, P, 4 is X value, number of success. Okay, 4. You plug that in, you get a very small number. Don't get sight to see 5.8. Probability values cannot be greater than 1. So 5.8 is not possible. There has to be some E. Here it is E minus 4. This is important. Minus 4 means the first number 5 appears at the 4th place after the decimal point. So what happens to the first 3? They are filled with zeros, then 5 and 8. Okay? So that is exactly 4 accidents that involve one vehicle. Next one is at most. At most means the maximum value is 4. However, it can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. We do not know exactly which one is happening. And these are independent events. So, we are going to add the probabilities. Okay. Why we are adding the probability? It could be 0, or it could be 1, or it could be 2, or it could be 3, or it could be 4. So we add the probabilities. To add the probability starting from 0, we are going to use C. Now the question is, what is C? C stands for cumulative. We pick the number probabilities from 0 up until 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add them up. That's when we use binomial CDF. Second verse, scroll down to binomial CDF because we are adding from 0 to 4. N in this case is 15. Probability of success is 0.7 again. And we are adding from 0 to 4. So X is in CDF the last value of X that we are adding, which is 4. And hit enter. It's a small number again, 6.7 again. Caution, point to be cautious. 6.7 cannot by itself be probability value because it's greater than 1. So there has to be a E minus 4. Again, minus 4 means the first number 6 is at the 4th place after the decimal. Okay. So that is the first one was at most, then the second one was at least part C was at least 5. At least 5 means 5 and above. So the complement of that is 4 and below. Complement is 4 and below. And use the complement rule of probability, which is probability of A is equal to 1 minus probability of complement event of A. Now, if we take the actual event A as from at least 5 and above, then the complement is 0 to 4. So using the complement rule of probability, we get probability of x greater or equal to 5 is 1 minus the complementive probability of the complement event, which is probability of x 0 to 4, which we already found out in part B. So at least 5 and above, probability is 1 minus probability of x from 0 to 4, and it is 0.9993. High probability that at least 5 accidents we will pick up, which will involve one auto vehicle or one automobile. Okay, so high probability because it's close to 1 that we will pick up out of 15 at least 5 accidents that will involve one vehicle. Okay, then they asked us to find out expected number. Expected number is same as mean of a binomial distribution, which is n times p. So 15 times 0.7 is 10.5. That's your mean. What does it mean? On the average, out of 15 accidents, 10.5 accidents will involve one single vehicle. Okay. Now we are required to find the variance. What is variance? Variance is square of the average deviation from the mean. Okay, and the formula for it is n times p times 1 minus p. So n is 15, p is 0.7. So 15 multiplied by 0.7, left parenthesis 1 minus 0.7, right parenthesis and enter. It works out as 3.15. What does it mean? It is the average square of the deviations from the mean. Remember, the mean is 10.5 and average square of the variation from the mean is 3.15. Okay, so I'm going to stop here today. If you have any question, do not hesitate to shoot me a question. I'll respond to each and one of your questions, each one of your inquiries. Okay, I appreciate the fact that you took time to, to be present when I'm doing the presentation, to review my presentation. Okay, if you like this video, please share with your friends. I appreciate that. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button and hitting the bell button, which will notify you every time I upload a new video, which I do quite often to help you. Okay, and thanks again for taking time out of your busy life to watch my video. I appreciate that, and please do not forget to again watch me tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Okay, bye. See you.